After it's been ages, 1,000 years in slumber.
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Wow.
Dr. Duff.
Hello.
Man, it's been a time and a half, it seems like. I know other stuff kind of crept up on us for the last few weeks, but I'm just glad to be back into the swing of it. But yeah, I was gonna say everything from Adepticon, Anime Detour, spring stuff popping up. Been a heck of a time. Otherwise, anything else exciting that happened while we were gone?
I drove through a snowstorm to get back from Detour.
Oof.
Luckily, it was only for about an hour, but it was through all rural roads, so I was constantly like, if I break down or if I go off the road, I'm going to be stuck here forever and die.
Eee.
Meanwhile, I was getting back to Rochester when it was just starting to snow, and there was about an inch on the ground when we got back too. So it's like, I was just glad to get back home at least. Something more decent. But yeah, about the best thing that happened. Well, the worst thing that happened was I got a cold from that. So, I managed to fight my way through it. But on the bright side, I at least got to be in the background of an Angry Joe video. Yippee! But yeah, yeah. Sorry, just dealing with a little bit of congestion on my end, but I'll do my best to entertain you guys.
Yeah, but who wants to start going around the horn?
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, places as Caitlin C37, where I do art. So if you want any commissions done, you can just find my stuff there. Draco, go.
Hey, everyone. I'm Draco Magnius in most places. Sometimes there's an underscore in there. On Twitch, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Persona 5 Strikers on Monday. Tuesdays, when we're not here, we're doing Baldur's Gate 3 with Chaco and Hoshi. Wednesdays is our Curse of Strahd D&D campaign. Thursdays is party games. And Friday, I do Pokemon Scarlet Draco Lock, where I can only catch dragons, Pokemon that evolve into dragons, Pokemon that look like dragons. And that'll about do it for me. Next would be Hoshi or Chaka. Let me look.
It'll be me.
Hoshi, yes.
Hello, I'm Royal Hoshi. You can find me on all social media as Royal Hoshi. You can find me, Draco, and Chaco on our off week playing Baldur's Gate 3. As I think we still are investigating and blew up the fireworks store.
Mm.
And when we're not doing that, you can find me here on Vaughn's channel playing your favorite barbarian Syndra. That's been a week for me. Wednesdays you can find me on Draco's channel where we play Curse of Strahd, and that'll be it for me. Milla.
Hello, everyone. I'm your illustrious DM for this Milla Ninja. You can find me on socials, Blue Sky, and here on Twitch at Milla Ninja. Aside from that, not much else on the docket for me. Chaco.
Hello, I'm ChuckW101. You can find me all over social media. ChuckW101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays, when we're not doing this every other week, you can find me, Draco and Hoshi, doing Baldur's Gate 3. Wednesdays, you can find me over on Draco's channel doing Curse of Strahd. Thursdays, you can usually find us doing party games. And Fridays, you find me and DeLuna over on Twitch the Person's channel for our Power Rangers Saber Strike tabletop RPG campaign.
All right.
That just leaves. I think that just leaves.
DeLuna, who will be joining us shortly because he has a slight delay. In the meantime, Vaughn.
Hi, Valric. Found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitter. I finally nuked it. You can only find me on Blue Sky, YouTube at Burnout Vaughn, and over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. Yeah, I think we only have this and Saved by the Spell this weekend. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot going on, like, schedule-wise. But yeah, that's me.
All right. And with that, I think we can go ahead and get started with the session proper for tonight. So, hello and welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Feys of Our Lives, a Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. When last we left our honored guests of the Witchlight Brigade of Dove, Prated Cats, Sola, Rudy, and Dove, and Jessica, and Sadara, the party had managed to, just after saying their goodbyes to Will of the Feywilds and the various children that they had rescued from Loomlurch, the party sought out to finally enter into the far realm of Yon to investigate and find the location of Endelyn Moongrave, the last hag of the Hourglass Coven, in their attempts to not only gain what they had lost from her, but also to figure out how to make their way to the Palace of Heart's Desire. Upon entering the domains, they were met by a sight of an elven woman wearing a moon mask, as well as a small talking dandelion with a large floating bee next to them. The group introducing themselves as Abidor the dandelion and Pollinella the dragonfly were accompanying their mutual friend, Gleam, who was a high elf acrobat who had recently fled from the Castle Motherhorn, which was the domain of Endelyn Moongrave. She then sought the help of the party, who agreed to help not only Gleam, but Amador to flee and protect Pollinella. It was revealed to them that Gleam has in fact a twin sister who is in the custody of Endelyn. And she also revealed to them that the reason why for the separation was because of her fate, that Endelyn's fall would happen at the cause of an eclipse. A symbolic one, more or less. For as her sister Glister wore a sun mask. Upon agreeing to help out Gleam and Amador, the group sought out the nearby Corrids for possible aid for their way up to Motherhorn. It was there that they revealed that supposedly the Brigadox were in cahoots with Endelyn, and the Corrids, led by the prosperous Jade, and a very strong one as she lifted the boulder and threw it across the way, sought help by possibly killing Brigadox in their mines across the chasm. Resolving to do so, they eventually made their way to the Brigadox mines, after succumbing to a slight sleeping spell, and getting entrance and putting in a timely end to some Brigadox. They eventually made their way further into the mine, where it was revealed to them by one person named Molliver that, in fact, it turns out this was all a big misunderstanding. In fact, the Brigadox also believed that the Corrids were working for Endelyn Moongrave, so for some reason they appeared to be pitted against each other. In an attempt to fix this issue, the Witchlight Brigade delved deeper into the Brigadox mines in order to seek out the leader of the Brigadox. One small and wise elder whose name is Obud. After crossing the giant chasm, which was protected by 3 flaming skulls, and politely telling them that they are passing through, they excused themselves instead of fighting the party, and they then met up with Obud. Upon trying, in exchange for making their way through a secret entrance towards the back of the mine up to Motherhorn, the party thought it would be best in order to try and broker a peace between the two groups. And as representatives for the Brigadox eventually make their way out to the mines in order to establish a meeting place with the Corrids, What sort of peace will our two groups be brokered with? As that falls through the hourglass, let us answer these questions and more in tonight's episode of Phase of Our Lives. At one point, as the couple of Brigadons just speedily make their way out, oddly enough, another Brigadon begins to wheel up towards the lot of you, seemingly with a small wheelbarrow in tow. I thought these looked familiar. Yes, I found him. I found you, and I found these. Here. For helping us out with our plate, I offer you these. As he plops the tiny little wheelbarrow down, you all look inside, and there are several unusually glowing gemstones that are dotting out inside of it.
What are these?
Why, these are wish stones.
Do they give us a wish?
Why, yes, just a moment.
It sounds good.
Yes, the Brigadon just kind of ruffles around for a little bit. Ah, yes, you. This was familiar.
And who's that?
As,
Dude?
oh, for Sola. Yes, towards you, Sola. He offers this tiny little glowing golden gemstone.
She'll take it.
As you take your gemstone, a vision enters your mind. It feels just like yesterday, but it's so far away that as you made your way back towards the Witchlight Carnival, you're brought back to the moment where you blew the dandelion seeds in front of the tree that guarded inside the carnival. And you remembered the wish that you had made upon it about being able to enjoy some cotton candy.
Oh, heck yeah.
And you have that in your mind as, oh, you did enjoy some cotton candy.
I did enjoy some cotton candy.
Dolph is going to pick up one of the stones if no one stops him to take a look at it.
Ah, yes. For you, yes. It's, this one here. As yours is another glowing gemstone. And as you reach out and grab this one, Dump, your vision also travels back to where you first made your wish upon the dandelions within the Witchlight Carnival.
My bad.
Your wish of being able to have fun with friends. As your mind also races back to not that long ago when you were having fun at Little Oak with all of the children and your companions around the fire at night, enjoying tea and making merriment for the evening.
He smiles. If I knew it was that potent, I probably should have wished for a new home or... No, it is not important. Wish well spent.
The two of your wishes are, I must admit, they're rather unusual. Not many people wish for things quite as specific as that.
And Dara will try to grab one of the stones.
Ah, yes, this one's for you. As you reach down and you grab your stone, your mind races back to, again, as you made your wish upon the dandelions within Witchlight Carnival. Your wish to find something that will help your father. Your mind races for a moment, but one thing does strike out as a montage of your mind unfolds before you as you have made your way through the various techniques and feats of strength that you have accomplished in your time. Perhaps one day you will be able to use those to better suit your father for his aid.
She just looks at the stone.
I can't say I've ever met with quite a stone such as this. This is an exceptionally original witch.
I guess Parade Cops just reach down and grab a random stone.
Oh, just one moment. Yes, as you go to reach out. Yes, it was, this one here. And as you reach out for your stone, as you remember, as you wished upon the dandelions back within the Witchlight Carnival, an interesting question pops into your mind. For what purpose have you been sent on this quest? Why have you been met with these companions? What would your matron have you do at this time? And then, as soon as you realize that question once more, another vision flashes into your mind. Vaughn, may I see you down in the stream room for a very special...
Okay, sure. Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, snap.
What do I learn?
So, as your mind begins to race, your vision is brought back to a quite familiar scene. The large gnarled trees that dot their way around this grove, as it seems. The one gnarled tree in particular is the one that you best remember. The one that you woke up next to all those years ago. As you see two figures currently standing in front of it. One has a figure who is cloaked in mossy garments with a veil over her face. And before her, a haggard, decrepit old crone. As ancient as you could possibly imagine. As a face that you recognize as that of Baba Yaga.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I have vodka in this cup right now. All right, let's go.
It seems as though I have a favor to ask, says the old crone to the figure. It has been quite some time, but perhaps this one could help me just to ensure the safety of at least one of my daughters. Oh, how I miss her so. If perhaps you could have her be sought by him, perhaps our debt shall be settled, no? The figure in the mossy veil reaches out, and in a warm tone she says, "May it be so." And upon that, your vision races and you snap back to your current consciousness. See you back in the lounge.
Okay, since he doesn't have pupils, first of all, do we want to jump back into the lounge?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
So,
Welcome back.
You guys are gonna watch Predicat's usually disinterested face immediately go neutral. Then his eyes go completely wide as he starts to get a gobsmacked like expression on his face, and it's like, this is bad.
Well, that's
Uh,
What happened?
care to explain?
My wish was to find out why we were on this quest. I was at least sent to find a child of the Baba Yaga, the most ancient and powerful hag in all of the Feywild.
Hmm. Well, I mean, we know that the Hourglass Coven hags are children of Baba Yaga.
No,
is
it was.
this
Go ahead.
is this like a different child? Yeah, I thought the hags were children of Baba Yaga.
I mean, very distant. The way she spoke in the dream when the barter was made, it sounded like it was a very close child, a very old child. So someone she possibly raised herself. She's known to adopt children.
Hmm.
So we're finding them, and are we doing something about it afterwards? If we do,
We're telling them to get in touch.
with the Baba Yaga.
Ah.
Wait. So you were told to just tell, hey, go call your mom.
Hey, listen, your mom's getting worried. You should shoot her a sending message or something.
No, you need to understand. You need to
Stop
understand.
ignoring her texts. I know she always chooses the worst times to text, but
Okay,
always when we're busy.
So yes.
Stop texting me, Ma. I'll get back to you later. Sorry, go on.
Oh, you're fine. It's more like just at this point, Predicat's just like. So at this point, I think that the I can't remember it. The name of Hourglass Coven. I guess the Hourglass Coven are tied to them not being able to contact the Baba Yaga somehow.
So
Well.
we have to kill them all, right?
I'm gonna say, I guess it's a good thing we're already on track for it.
No, I have it in here somewhere. Could her daughter be Zablina? The one who's been imprisoned by the Hourglass Coven?
Big shrug.
Do you know who she is?
No, all they did was use pronouns. I only know that they identify as female.
I think Sabrina's in the running.
our luck, that's probably correct.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, really, made that sound like that was going to be terrible. That's actually doesn't sound so bad. I think.
I mean, it's prophesized that the Baba Yaga will outlive our entire plane, so getting involved with them is as scary as getting involved with my actual patron.
Hmm.
The fear I'm feeling right
So-
now is very primal.
So, like, are your patron and the Baba Yaga friends or acquaintances?
At best, they're
Sisters?
both powerful enough to be unaligned archfey in the Feywild, so...
Hmm.
They know
Probably.
each other is basically what you're.
They respect each other's territory, and I guess this is because this bargain was done well before I was even created, and I am at least over 100 years old.
It seems more of a case of you stay out of my business and I'll stay out of yours. Although in this case, it seems like the streams have been crossed.
Sounds to me like
I mean-
someone's calling in a favor.
Yeah, that sounds right, honestly. Hey, my daughter's gone missing. Would you mind helping look for her? Appreciate it.
I really wonder now why my... Aside from possibly having to kill the Hourglass Coven, I wonder why they would not send a more suited warlock than me. I'm not
Oh,
good
more
at
capable
communicating.
one.
He will snarl and just go, I am an attack dog. I have one function.
And yet you let one hag get away.
So did you.
We've been over
Got you there.
this. There's nothing we could do about that one specific hag until we find a way to keep her from hopping to different places. That's a later problem.
Don't worry, I'll strangle her when I catch her.
Here's what I'm. Know how this, but
Oh.
if they
You're
send
cutting out a lot.
Yeah.
me now,
Yeah.
Kinda heard.
if they sent you, maybe they want the coven destroyed because you're good at what you do. I'm not gonna deny you that. So maybe that's the
Again, big shrug from Praedycots, just like, this is above my pay grade. I was paid to guard a tree for over 100 years.
Well, look at it this way. Much like every other job in the world, you're getting experience.
The way I see it is potentially Baba Yaga expects foul play, hence why you're being sent to punish whoever's responsible for making it so that she can't get in contact with her daughter.
Fair.
Everything has a reason. That reason could just be, well, I felt like it.
True. The whims of Fae.
Whims of fate that can shape the world around them based on their emotions.
moreover the whims of a god.
Welcome to the
Sadly-
Feywild.
I mean, in the Feywild, effectively every Archfey is a god.
Mhm.
True. Like the Queen Air and Darkness.
Hearing that, you'll just see Praedycots raise an eyebrow, be like, huh. As if it's like, if you want insight, you can insight.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely saying that. Hold on. I have a 0.
You said something that piqued his interest, but he's not gonna say anything. But he also doesn't have his usual antagonistic view to you. Just like, you surprised him. You don't know how you surprised him, but you did.
I mean, she's just gonna say, yeah, I was raised around her. My dad's one of her attack dogs. That's why I say you did a bad job.
My patron is more exacting. I am doing the job I was created for. But alright, we need to start getting moving. Where are we headed to next?
Yeah. Weren't we going through the tunnels? I think we were going through tunnels, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
There was either that or basically a meeting was about to be established between the Cords and the Brigadox.
Alright, those. Maybe we should do that first. It would probably be more useful in the long run.
Fair.
So that I won't get kill stealed again.
No, we're not killing anybody yet, right now, at the moment.
Oh. If you got some more times. The Brigadier with the wheelbarrow just kind of pipes up. Oh, don't forget you have this one too. As he actually looks up towards you, Rudy.
Is that him? We have
Yeah.
what?
Your wish stone. Don't forget this.
Oh, yeah. We do have that.
Yeah, as you take your wish stone, you think about it for a moment as your first day in the Witchlight Carnival, where you're all blue upon the dandelions, and made your wish of what you're going to become. As your mind races for a moment, well, you've certainly come this far. Getting stronger, getting more cunning, more agile. As the familiar voice rings out to you. I suppose it's a start, at least.
Is this Nest?
Yes, it is.
How the fuck have you been? He thinks to himself.
Just waiting in the back. You need more practice with me. You're relying too much on your spells. You know how I need some action every once in a while.
I mean, you know who I am. You've been with me.
Just don't get too rusty with me, will ya?
Fair enough.
Well, if you want, I could probably go and carve those gems out for you if you want to make it something more presentable-like. As the Brigadier just kind of looks up at you. I could probably try and get them done for you while you have your little meeting with the bosses.
That sounds fair. Like, what could you make?
Well, I can make them into nicely cut gemstones.
I mean, they're spell components, so they might be useful.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. Just go ahead and let me know who wants to leave their gemstones with this wishstone cutter.
I'll leave a gemstone.
I leave a gemstone.
Yeah, I would probably leave one too.
Sure.
Caitlin, would Sola like to leave hers?
Caitlin had to step away.
Oh. I will be sure to ask her later then.
Rhodey would not, only because he doesn't want to give him up. Rogue mentality and all that.
All right.
So, Predicats just loudly say, "Whoever is going to direct us to this meeting, start leading us now."
Yes, just a moment. As you hear, as they're making across the way, you see Old Bud is at his pony are making their way across the castle with the little hutch on the pony's back. As you see the pony, he's beginning to make his way out towards the entrance of the mine.
I assume we follow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, as you are all let off the mine, Oliver is actually going to join you all as well, as they're want to keep an eye on things. Well, this is certainly quite a bit of an excitement. Who knew that this was all just a great big misunderstanding, huh?
Honestly, that feels about right for the Feywild.
Oh, Caleb, quick question for you.
Yes.
The Brigadoc, cutter that basically offered you your wish stone.
Yes.
He was wondering if you would like to have that carved into a gemstone.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. As you look at your gemstones now, before they were cut, I will say they do glow with a bright golden glow. So if you do wish for them to be cut into gemstones, it is entirely up to you.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So everyone except for Rudy has their stones offered to be cut. All right. Not too often I run into other adventuring groups here within the Presbyter, I must admit.
So,
Question. Did you happen to see an elderly dwarf running around here by chance?
Not here, but back in one of the other sections of Prismere. I think it was thither? It was thither, right?
Where we just came from?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
started hither.
Yeah, so it would have been thither.
when did we see the dwarf? I don't even remember.
It was in the last hag's big house. We pulled him out of the kitchen.
Oh, him. Okay.
For sake of ease, I guess Domf will basically describe where we found him and where he's more than likely going at the moment.
Huh. Well, leave it to old Elkhorn. Try to do as much good as he can, even if he is as old as he is. As Oliver just rolls their eyes.
He's doing all right, though. I take it you are friends?
Friends is a strong turn.
Business associates?
Companions, yes.
What happened?
Well, we were in an adventuring group called Valor's Call. Well, after the incidents that happened at the Palace of Heart's Desire, our group got separated. Seemingly strange enough, I remember I was just wandering about here, but I heard something about a dwarf running around the realms, perhaps. At least I'm glad that he's okay.
So you were in the prison of Heart's Desire, you said.
Well, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, well... Well, you see, we were originally made our way into Prismere because we were pursuing a pack of villains called the League of Malevolence.
Right, I think Elkhorn mentioned that.
So you've heard of them? They're a dangerous slot. You better be careful. Especially all together.
Hmm. Any idea where they might be at the moment, so we could avoid them
Or kill them.
or kill them? You know, either
Well,
or.
Most likely kill them.
I agree
Well-
with this one.
Last I remember, they were probably all still at the palace.
Ah, so we might have to deal with them anyway.
Sounds about right. In the meantime, I stepped away for a moment. Are we heading back to those other things to tell them that everything is all hunky dory?
1 second, guys. Okay, still recording. I gotta wait for OBS to reconnect to Twitch because it's being stupid.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm not the only one experiencing that. Noted.
Yeah, just it hit. I'm waiting for it to reconnect. I might have to stop the stream and then restart, which means I'm gonna have to reach out to some friends for some editing, which is great.
Yay.
Yep.
Hooray!
All right, I am going to
No.
stop and start and get us back in there. So give me 1 second. Oh, I have to restart OBS. Now we're back. Now we're back, and we have a place that we can edit the VODs. So, what was happening?
All right. Thanks, Booyah, for the gift subs.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah, as you guys are continue to be let out through the mines, eventually, you begin to make your way out, and oddly enough, as you see a group of 8 Korras begin to kind of make their way out of the various statues that were nearby. Jade, who was the one that was leading all of the Korras, speaks up. So what's this you say about this being a big misunderstanding?
Exactly that. Basically, they thought that you were working for the hags,
Ha!
and vice versa. When that's not the case.
You know that now.
Now you can all work together and help us take down the hags, if you want, I suppose.
Well, at least I'm glad that you were able to sort this mess out. Tell you what, first thing that we can do, as a show of gratitude for knowing that you're not on her side. Alright, everyone, get rid of these. As she kind of points to all the stone statues that were in the various shape of core heads looking out over the entrance to the mine. They each begin to pick one up, and they just begin to throw them back the way you came. Like 6 strong arm shot put them all the way back. At one point, Jay walks over and grabs one, and she just grabs 2 of them and just, in each arm, she just takes them and just hucks them all back.
Huh.
All right. Well, now that that's done, now that we've helped you, how are you going to help everyone else? Opa just ponders as the pony trots over a little bit. Let's see, have to find that. Well, I suppose if there's anything, if anyone else that needs help, it's these folks that helped bar the peace between us. We could send them some aid if they need help inside a Motherhorn.
That would be nice.
Also, if you could help with destroying the lightning rods around here to mess with her stuff, that'd be appreciated.
We got that one. He just points over to where the stub of one used to be.
That could be one option, or... Yeah, Endelyn Moongrave's always real big on theatrics. If you ever wanted to confront her during her stage show, you could see and make sure any of her lackeys are predisposed, as it were.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, we could definitely distract them. Through guiles and magics. And we could give some of the... And we could have a few cords waiting outside, and... We could use rope of hair in order to scale up and give you guys a boost in order to help dispose them. Yeah, it sounds like a rather fine, studious idea.
Above game, I love how we're planning a reverse John Wilkes spoof.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like a wrestling promo going on while Endelyn's doing her play. I'm gonna take you down.
You hear the glass breaking from the corner, and then scaling up the wall.
Rock on!
We're gonna catch with the steel chair.
You think your sister had it nice? Pulls out the sledgehammer.
Oh, that's fantastic. As you guys are kind of pondering about this, the chorus just they kind of beam a little bit, and you see them start to break into another little song or another little dance number. You know, they're happy. They get to celebrate a little more. Ooh, we get to stick it to Creeping Lynn. But yeah, so they perform their quick little ditty after a few minutes. Opa just looks to all of you and says, well, let's see. If you could give them a chance to go through here, lead them to the tunnel that comes up around the Fey Beacons, and then make their way from that, dip back down into another mine. Yes, I think that could work out quite nicely in order to make their way into Motherhorn. All right. Jay walks up and she offers her hand or her finger down to Oba on the back of the pony. And you see Oba just reach out with both of his fingers and gently shake the finger. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have some Brigadats lead them all the way from the mine, and then once they get past through the Fey Beacons, it'll be easy enough to lead from there. All right, that's a deal. We'll see you. I'll send my best guards over there to help you out, help your boys out. All right, then it's a deal. How soon did you want to head out? As Obud looks up to all of you.
I mean, right now, be okay, I think, right?
I was actually going to ask, do we want to try and destroy some more of the lightning rods before heading to Endelyn, or just head straight to Endelyn now?
I don't think
Because
we'll
if we
survive
destroy...
I don't
Sorry,
think
go ahead.
I don't think we'll survive destroying another one. The last one got her attention, and she sent a maelstrom that nearly killed us all.
That's true. Probably make it too obvious if we take out one after another until there's none left. If we manage to survive the second one.
And even
A
then, it
maelstrom,
probably...
you say?
Hmm?
As Oba just kind of pipes up with that. I never knew if Endelyn could control such forces.
Well, she called the winds.
Could be
and-
about as likely to happen as being struck by lightning.
A lightning rod, yes, that's very common to happen.
I think what they're trying to say is it might not have been Endelyn with the maelstrom. It might have just been a natural occurrence that happened to happen once the rod was taken down.
Fine, then we just need to destroy certain ones, the connecting points. As he'll point over to, he'll point over between like the two stars that are like on the map to see if I got a ping. I do have a ping, yes. He'll be pointing at this one. That one would disrupt all of the poles within the like surrounding area.
Take that one out and take the rest of, or cancel for a.
Very well.
Well, yeah, actually no. If
Yeah.
if he's pointing to the two ones that are most crucial. Well, actually no, it's three. There's a triangle. It's this one.
Yeah.
Anything that connects back.
Yeah, I
to
was
the
going to
actual
say the ones
palace.
closer have to be taken out as well. Otherwise, the two that are closest will probably still work.
All right. Yes. Perhaps if you were going to dispose of those, perhaps your gems could be cut by then.
All right. So I guess then the plan is to destroy those lightning rods, come back here, collect the stones, and then head towards Endelyn.
All right. Best of luck to you then, friends. As Oba just begins to look down. All right, Keg, back inside the mines, please. And you see as Keg begins to make his way back inside the entrance of the mine.
All right.
Let's
Let's
see.
go to the.
I'm just double checking something else if Malver has anything else for you. Okay, yep. Oliver is just going to bid you all adieu as she begins to follow the Brigade Ox back inside the mine. Good luck!
Thank you.
If you see Strongheart, tell him I'm sorry I'm not able to join you all, but these Brigade Ox need my protection.
No, that's fair.
All right. As a lot of you begin to make your way out towards past the first lightning rod, which you all had demolished. Amador Gleam and Pollinella are following closely behind you. As well as
Are they
Skylar.
with us in those discussions, or do we have to get them up to speed with everything?
Oh, they were with you the entire time.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
All right. Nothing of note happens as you make your way over towards past the first beacons. But as you make your way over towards a different area over here, 8 columns of rock reach skyward, forming a ring around the deep crater lake. Rough-hewn steps spiral up each of the columns, and the rowboat is moored on the lake shore next to one of them. A torch-bearing figure trudges up the stairs on the column nearest to the rowboat. 8 winged beasts with antlers shout and howl with laughter as they circle and wheel around it.
Huh.
Yeah, as you make your way up, you see, at this column right here, you do see that there is a... Actually, you do see there is one column that is already lit here. And over by this column here, you see there are steps that they make their way up, as this figure is currently circling up around it. As you watch him do this for a little bit, you notice that the winged figures make their way over to the other fire that is lit, and they then proceed to snuff that out. And you hear them laugh and roar as this happens, and you see that the figure who is on top, having just lit the other light, is obviously visibly frustrated at this.
This is going to be a whole thing, and I hate it.
You know what? I'm with you on that.
Time to help.
Though,
Hello, friend.
I will say before anything, Praedycos wants to try something real quick since he's looking around this area. He's going to take out his water skin, shoot some of his water towards the open lake, and he wants to see if it sizzles.
As you go to shoot the water out from the water skin.
Mm-hmm.
There's the result.
When it makes contact with the volcanic pool.
Oh. I mean, the pool is that of a crater, but as you go and touch it, it splashes.
Well, the water's not thermally heated, so it's safe to fall in.
Well,
That's good to know. Now, the real question is, do we want the person lighting these to light them? Or not? I don't really have an idea on how this is going.
I mean,
Oh,
by the time it takes him to get down from that pillar, we're going to probably meet him, and we can just ask him as we pass to go destroy the lightning rod. So, either way.
Yeah, we're here.
True.
Might as well ask. And I have a gut feeling that those, I'm just going to point at the winged creatures, are the actual assholes in this situation.
I mean, true, that's how it looks like, but appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
That's true.
So, better safe than sorry.
So yeah, I guess we'll just wait for the guy to come down. And we'll go
All right.
approach him.
Yep. As you make your way over towards the column, you eventually see a fair-skinned elven man as he makes his way down, as he begins to make his way towards the boat.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, we're passing through. Are you having trouble?
You could certainly say that. Hello. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Prince Alagarthus. And to whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
I'm Sola. She's just gonna do the whole round of introductions.
I mean, I guess. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we do the introductions. We're passing through. She kind of points up at the I guess the torches. What's that all about?
Well, you see, I originally came here so I could seek out the visions of Endelyn Moongrave. Well, she visited my homeworld. She visited my house at one point. She gave me a vision of a dragon that's ravished my homeland, and in exchange for seeing a possible way to thwart the dragon, she asked for but a year of my time. Well, I've been here for... It seems like it's finally been at least a year here, but one of the ways that I would need to be able to reach home is to... Only in the land of 8 beacons will the path home be revealed to me, and in the process of trying to light these 8 paths, they keep thwarting me, as he kind of points up. Those blasted Puritans.
Do you think they work for Endelyn, maybe? And she's trying to
Well-
keep you here?
Well, they once did. They're a troupe of actors called the Greyhawk Mummers. She invited them to Motherhorn, and where they perform pantomimes. I've actually attended quite a few of their performances myself in my time at Motherhorn. When their popularity made them haughty and difficult to control, she locked them up. And when they begged to be set free, she honored their request by releasing them into the wild, but only after she turned them into Puritans. Their transformation deprived them of speech, yet they retained their theatrical behavior.
Hmm. Wonder. Hypothetically, how do you think they would respond to music suddenly being played?
Well... I'm gonna have him roll an insight quick. Well, I never thought about that.
Sola slowly lifts the violin.
So I'm thinking if they used to be actors, they might respond to music and they might get closer. And then we can do whatever it is we need to make them stop bothering you. Judging from our party, most likely violence.
That's
Sa-
safe.
Sage nod and puffs on pipe.
I mean, if need be, a couple of us could distract them. Do you need to be the one to light these, or can you have help?
As Alagarthus ponders about, perhaps if you were to placate for their thespian background, perhaps.
So a play. I wonder if we can make them do it.
Know any good plays?
I suppose I could be S1. I'm more music and not story inclined, but... Yoo-hoo! And Sola's going to kind of thrum her violin.
All right.
Could I assist with background musical accompaniment with my lute?
All right, yeah, give a performance check with advantage.
Okay. Performance check with advantage. 21.
As you begin to call out with your violin, apparently the Paratons, as they circled around their previously extinguished fire, they all turn their heads at you and they all begin to descend.
Hello, dear creatures. I've heard tales that you guys are performers, much like myself.
Two of the Paratons, as they kind of saunter forth, they stop. They kind of look back at towards their the rest of the flock of Paratons. They kind of give you a roll an insight check on them.
Insight.
Could I also do insight because I'm helping?
Yeah, I'll allow anyone to get an insight check.
I'm not gonna
Well,
roll.
Pericast
16.
does not.
18.
Pericast does not care too.
Let's see. So I'll allow you advantage on this since you're the one that's asking the question. Veska and Rudy, along with Sola, they seem to take your request certainly as a compliment. As they kind of look back, and you see that the two Paratons that are in the front just nod.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Can I say that, like, Rhodey, like, honestly, like, you know, like, Rhodey being a bird would, like, nice to say to them.
Oh, could you say that again? You broke up for a split second
yeah,
there.
you cut out a bit.
So Rhodey basically being, like, Vaughn pointed out, being a Kanku, Rhodey would just look at Sola. Those are really nice to say to them.
I'm still breaking up.
He said
Aw.
a really nice thing to say to them is what he said.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I got that. Good. I wonder if it's been so long since I've had, a party to, like, play something with. I wonder if you'd like to do a little performance with me.
The two parents that were at the front, they really perked their heads up at that, and they just they look back towards the rest of the flock, and they all begin to kind of saunter up and line up, and the two in unison just begin to nod.
Great.
All right,
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
as they just kind of look and they look to each other and they nod and they begin to compose themselves.
Oh, but wait, before we do, I think we need to have proper mood lighting, right? We need some pizzazz. Fire. Do you think you can light those? I think it would really add a nice touch to it.
Roll a deception check for me there, Sola.
Maybe with advantage.
I was gonna say, could I argue I'd help out with that? I don't.
Yeah, with advantage.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I agree. The lighting isn't quite right here. And with those 8 torches light up, I mean, I think it'd look fantastic.
I mean, if it means I don't have to do anything with this performance, I can just start lighting things, as he'll just show Druidcraft he can create a spark.
Yeah, we can all help out with the lighting. We want this performance to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
they think about it for a second. As you go to ponder this for a moment, actually, wait. The two that are in the front, the one that is the slightly larger of the two, twists his head for a little bit, almost as if to raise their wing up in order to kind of pat their beak for a moment. Almost as if they were just a moment. It seems like they're very, very keen on giving a performance for you in exchange.
Oh yes, absolutely, happily.
All right. As the Parrottons begin to line up, you see them all begin to make a formation. For the next hour, they begin to perform a pantomime for all of you. And as they rigorously begin to perform this pantomime, there is various poses that they strike. Very melodramatic, in spite of the fact that they still manage to pose with their wings instead of their arms. And as they strut around and fluff their feathers and strike various poses, as it seems like they're wanting to act out some sort of reception
Bitrate
or
dropped
wedding.
again.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah, no, the bitrate's really bad right now. Just a sec, let me make sure. Yeah, I have to restart the stream, so.
Oh boy.
If push comes to shove, do we want to just kind of call it early tonight, or?
Fault.
Yeah, we could see if we could just resume when the stream picks up.
And we're back again, guys. Hey, thank you for staying with us. My internet provider really hates giving me a standard bitrate on certain days. So, right now we're going to switch into our breaks time as, again, we're trying to see if everything's stable and then try to get through the rest of the stream. But yeah, I know how are y'all doing?
I'm alright.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, no, I actually got to meet Like Tabuya recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, they live locally to Anime Detour, so yeah, they were working at the con, and so saw them a bunch of times. Ray of Sunshine.
Yeah, Minnesota Buds, let's go.
I really wish I could have got a chance to go, but I was in class.
Yeah, understandable.
I had work and would have also depended on if I could have afforded the tickets to go to Minnesota.
I mean, I did easy mode where I just bought the pass and then I drove up, so I only had to pay like 2 tanks of gas going up and 3 going back down.
Yeah. See, I don't have a car, so I'd either have to take a train up there, a bus, or fly, and I hate flying.
Yeah, no, there was some
But-
actual technical difficulties that might have hindered some things with the convention. That, hey, me bring a car. That was lucky.
Hmm.
Yeah. The weekend was crazy, but that said, I'm going to step away for half a second to use the bathroom, so be right back.
My girlfriend is here, and they wanted to say hi.
Hi, yelling.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Deluna.
Oh, just a Luna? Okay.
Wow, really?
I think it's just me right now. Or Chocolate, you still here?
Yes.
Yeah. Choco and Hoshi are both here.
Oh,
As is tradition, I
Chat
never
also
leave.
says hi.
hi, chat. Hi, girl.
Note to self, put Antonia's in training with Dan.
Ah,
No, just add him to the
That's
Dave
yeah.
training regimen.
Hi, like Tabuya.
I mean, Clover is a rogue too, so she has her own training that she could put Antonius through.
Oh, very true.
That's the tomorrow thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Also, I'm back, and I'm about to post Praedycot's entire mood for this hour-long pantomime.
I have an idea what that might be like. Yeah.
I mean, you're just Sandara, she's just buying her thumb or her finger, wanting to participate.
Meanwhile,
Because
every time...
She grew up in a circus, so she does performance as well. So she is trying to restrain herself.
Pay close attention to the "I really wish I weren't here right now" button.
Regular
Imagine
threats...
Predicate's
Go ahead.
just smoking a pipe the whole time.
Oh, no,
right?
smoking a pipe the whole time, glaring, then occasionally takes pipe out of mouth, infestation into hand, popcorn sounds.
There's a name for adventurers like this, but we'll just call him Squidward.
I mean, to be fair, if you're gonna call Praedycot's anything, it's Murder Hobo, because that's literally the thing on the side of him. He's a hobo that solves everything with murder.
Plus, I got a +5 in performance for Sindara too, so she can do it.
Plus, that's fantastic. Because I'm just thinking, oh yeah, of all the other things that you could possibly do in this scenario too. But
Hey, Bella.
yes,
As a Michigan native wanting to potentially move to Minnesota, how fucked am I?
fucked in what regard, I have to ask.
Well, let's start with the weather, because I've heard Minnesota winters are worse than Michigan winters.
If you're further north and west, probably southeast isn't that bad. It's not as cold like around the Twin Cities or Rochester or.
Yeah, because I
Thank
mean, you
you.
guys probably get effect snow, but you in a different direction. We get effect snow, because everything pushes over the lakes.
Yeah. Yeah, snow's probably a lot lesser here than obviously around the Great Lakes, but
We've had some pretty mild winters lately, though. It usually doesn't start snowing for real until late December into January.
Mhm.
And then even then it's sporadic, and then February is where we've gotten the most snow, I think,
Mhm.
at during the season for
Yep.
most of the year.
I will say
And
that
then-
the cost of living, especially around in Rochester and the greater Twin Cities areas, might be slightly higher. But if you get into
Yeah.
the more rural or farther suburb areas, you might get a better deal. But
Yeah, because I mean, I was looking at Minneapolis, but probably, obviously not downtown Minneapolis proper, somewhere in the neighborhood.
yeah,
That said, are we all back?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I never left.
All right.
Neither did I.
Neither did I.
I'm in your walls.
All right.
I have too many people in my walls. But Milla, please take us away.
But yeah, where we last left off is as Sola has managed to convince these parrotheads to perform their pantomime routines. For about the next hour or so, they begin to dance and trot. Sola, if you wish to contribute to this performance, I will allow you the ability to give a performance check for your violin.
Sure, she'll give them music to pantomime to.
And I tell you what,
Natural 20.
Never mind.
oh god, I was gonna say, since you
I
also have experience with pantomime performers, I want to give you an advantage on this, but, you know, natural 20 for a total of 31.
31.
Jeez.
Man, really hope that Algartha's getting his ass in gear to light those torches while this is going on, because they are very distracted.
Yeah, I was about to say, Praedycast will split the, like, just be like, you take that half, I'll take this half. Make his life
As-
easier.
As you begin to make your performance, or along with the parents as they begin to make their pantomime, they are very genuinely impressed by the effort that you're contributing to that. And over the course of the hour, they are just so enthralled in their performance that they don't notice everyone else as they go off in order to go to the top of the other columns. And as you go to look at the various columns, you see that there's a brass brazier on top of each of the columns. And it's rather easy to light them if you resolve to during the time that this performance happens.
Druidcraft, I do it in 6 seconds.
All right.
I think Domf is staying with the performance so that there's an audience to clap after they're done to further distract them.
Same as Rody.
Sidari stays.
He's like,
to
you know what?
watch
Fine,
you.
might as well just watch. It's entertaining.
Sidari's thing is to watch for the first, like, probably 30 minutes, and then she will try to join for the other 30.
Would you like to join the performance? Am I hearing that
Yeah.
correctly? All right. So this is an important question. Back when you were in the Witchlight Carnival, were you one of the people that had helped Candlefoot? I know Sola for sure did.
Candlefoot.
The pantomiming elf person that was in front of the Hall of Illusions.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he would have taken time to give you a performance. So I will allow you an advantage on this check, since you have seen pantomime performed.
I will have been.
I believe you do have an initiative if you wish to use it, as well as a
I think you mean
D4.
inspiration.
Inspiration, yes.
Slightly different.
I will add D4 and the No, I'll do the inspiration. 22.
22. All right. And as you as the group continues their performance, you begin to leap up and you begin to contribute to the performance. I assume that as a part of this performance, you do everything from tumbles to spins on heels to clapping, as well as various other dances in order to keep in time with them, correct?
Yes.
And as the performance continues, and as the performance begins to wrap up, at about the same time, all 8 braziers at this point are all lit. As you all look at the braziers, Algarthos just kind of looks down. See it? Predicates, I assume that, at some point you began to make your way at the column that is closest to Algarthos.
I mean, Praedycast told him to take the other side of the lake. He was literally doing the, like, 4 that's closest to us because he's going to have to do a lot of running and he's a warlock.
So yeah, so at some point, as the four of you are making your way around to each of those columns, you were basically would wind up at the one side next to each other. He just kind of looks down and he sees it. I see it. My home. I cannot thank you graciously enough. And he's going to jump off of the columns, and you see him dive into the water. And as he dives into the water, he dips beneath the surface, and he vanishes.
Well, that happened.
No, I liked it.
And then after a minute, all of the braziers go out. And at this point, as you hear the splash from Alagarthus diving into the water, the performance concludes as the parents do not seem to notice what happened. They're all very impressed by the lot of you. And the two larger peritons begin to make their way up towards you. And they all spread their wings up towards all of you, and they all give a very cordial bow.
Yeah. Solo will also return the bow.
Same with Sidara.
And like you know, like when at the end of the play, like all the performers like go up and hold hands. Well, she'll go and like hold their quote unquote hands and like turn to the rest of the group and like do that big like group bow.
Dumph is actively clapping.
Reska's also clapping.
Well done! Bravo!
Pretty-
Bravo!
Rudy, are you
Brody
also
is
clapping?
clapping. Brody is also clapping. He
All
absolutely
right.
adored everything about that. It might be your best performance, Sola.
Thank you, thank you. And to these fine folks for their wonderful dancing.
Indeed, those guys, like you guys have some. He
The
knows
large
what his
bear-
job is. He's trying to distract as long as possible.
As the large paraton begins to make his way towards all of you, he'll specifically walk up towards you, Sindara, and Sola. And you just see as something just kind of ruffles between, like, the folds of his leg. And an unusual item kind of drops out from underneath his folds. And he takes his talon, picks it up, and then presents it towards you. And as he furls his claw, it looks like a horn.
Gasp,
But not just any horn, it would seem.
gasp,
It seems to have a rather pronounced spiral shape,
gasp,
made of ivory.
gasp.
Hmm.
She'll take it. Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate this, truly.
Wonder what it is.
And as the parrots just all look towards you, they bow, and then they begin to take off to the sky.
She will return the bow. And then as soon as they are out of earshot, she just promptly spins and holds out the horn. We got it! We got the horn.
Brody's gonna be looking up at them flying.
Where's that unicorn?
Oh, we still have. Did we tie it to Skyla? I think it was.
Yeah, it's currently bound to Skyla at this point.
Splendid. Let's bring it. Just reel it in like a fish.
But I have a question. Why was the horn between his legs?
Don't worry about it. I don't want to think
Yeah,
about it.
let's not question that. You know what? That's the secret that Periton's gonna have that we're not gonna question.
I could make a joke about compensating, but you know what?
Yeah, like you posted. Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to hear the answers to.
Mhm.
Leaving questions that don't need to be answered.
Probably better than not.
Also, don't we need that to get into the prison of the heart's desire? Do we want to do that first and then give the horn back, or give the horn back now? And
We need it for the prison. Best to get it to use that need.
Can anyone just summon the
Hmm.
damn unicorn?
Yeah, that's. I think. I think we could probably do both. We could probably do both.
all right then.
Hey, Veska,
Yes.
give me an intelligence check.
Oh.
Guess that one was a boy performer.
9.
With advantage, I'll say I'll give it to you.
Alright, nat 20.
You
Wait a
remember
minute.
You remember Mr. Light's words as you dove from the Witchlight Carnival into Heather. Find the alicorn to free the dormant queen at last. This is the alicorn, apparently.
Veska
As you
immediately
look
turns
at
to
it.
Sola. We need that horn. Put it on the unicorn.
All right. She will put it on.
Maybe you should wipe it off first.
Too late.
Yeah,
Too
Well-
late. You think I want to hold it? I think not.
hopefully he can clean that later.
No, suddenly, like, Soul just goes, "Why was it wet?"
But Sola, you're a bard.
Leaving questions that don't.
Veska would repeat the line to the group as soon as she told that to Sola. Find the alicorn and breach the prison. That's what I was told by Mr. Light and Mr. Witch.
So what happened?
He's a unicorn, or is he? Well, he can fly. What is an alicorn?
It's a unicorn with wings.
Oh, and that's why it can fly, even as the
Yeah.
wooden horse. That makes sense.
As you pondered that, Veska, you remember that alicorn specifically refers to a unicorn's horn.
Sorry,
Above
Pilot
me,
Blade
that is what
fans.
it is.
The word alicorn more or less refers to the horn of a unicorn, but semantics.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought so. I thought, yeah, Unisys is what a Pegasus or the winged unicorn is. But anyway,
And
what happens? I put it
And
in.
as you go to touch the unicorn onto the socket of the rocking horse, a bright light erupts from this rocking horse as you see its bright light in the shape of a rocking horse slowly turn as the runs of the rocking horse disappear and they begin to coalesce into the actual legs proper. And as the rocking horse begins to grow in size to more of that of an actual horse. And as you see, as the light dissipates, you see the visage of the unicorn Eladon is now before you. Thank you for releasing me. As you hear a thought spring into each and every one of your minds.
Up. Did it again, but we're almost at the end. Let's just do one quick thing, and then we'll be good.
all right.
All right.
We're back one more time to make this easier for to edit. But hey, Milla, what did they say?
As the form of the unicorn begins to erupt from the light that is coalescing from the racking horse, you see the mighty form of Eladon the unicorn unveiled in his full glory, with his massive golden locks for a mane as it flows in the wind, and his unicorn horn glistening off of the waters of the lake. You hear his voice in each of your minds as he addresses you all at once. Thank you for releasing me. And with that, that seems like a good place to end tonight's session.
His horn is moist.
Yay. Well, so we talked about it during the brief downtime. We'll get back to this, and I'm going to try to find someone to edit everything together for YouTube. But we are not going to raid anyone. We want to thank everyone for coming out. And we're just going to try to end the stream without any more cuts. So thank you all.
Yep.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Sorry for technical problems.